So, what's new in AI? Well, right now, it's kind of like a tale of two worlds. On one hand, AI is quietly becoming this ever present assistant, weaving itself into the apps on our phones and computers. But on the other hand, it's powering this massive, silent revolution in the world's most advanced labs, literally tackling the future of medicine. Let's dive in. And that's really the key thing to get right now. This isn't some far-off promise in a research paper anymore. It's happening in real time, on two fronts at once. It's on your screen, making your day-to-day life a little bit easier, and it's in the lab trying to solve humanity's biggest challenges. All right, so let's kick things off with the stuff you can actually see and feel right now. There's this huge wave of new tools coming out, and they're not designed to be flashy or futuristic. The whole point is to seamlessly plug AI right into our daily grind, into our workflows. And if you just look at what's launching, you can see how diverse this is. You've got Typing Meet, which puts AI shortcuts right on your iPhone keyboard. Then there's Alpine, trying to bring all your docs and tasks into one smart place. And it's not all about work, right? You've got Blue Jazz Club, an app that just generates endless lo-fi jazz with AI. And for the builders out there, tools like the AI Revenue Engine are popping up to help them actually make money from the AI agents they create. So what's the big trend here? It's all about seamless integration. See, AI is kind of disappearing. It's not this separate thing you go to anymore. It's becoming an invisible, helpful feature inside the tools you already use every day. The focus is on practical, immediate value, whether you're just trying to get through your emails or you're building the next big thing. Okay, so that's what's happening on our screens. But honestly, that might not even be the biggest story. Because while all that's going on, something huge is unfolding in the lab. We're moving beyond just making things more productive and aiming AI at some of the biggest, hardest problems in human health. And this quote, wow, it just says it all, doesn't it? We are not talking about small improvements here. When a tech giant like NVIDIA teams up with a pharma leader like Eli Lilly, their stated goal is to reinvent drug discovery. I mean, that's not just a mission statement. That's them signaling a complete overhaul of an entire industry. So what does reinvent actually look like? Well, this slide really lays it out, the before and the after. On the left, you've got the old way. Painfully slow, incredibly expensive, and just limited by how many scientists you can throw at a problem. Now look at the right. AI-driven R&D with platforms like NVIDIA's BioNeMo completely flips the script. It's about accelerating discovery by crunching massive data sets at a scale that is just impossible for humans. And listen, this isn't just one or two companies tinkering around. This is a whole new innovation supply chain being built. You've got Multiply Labs using robotics to actually manufacture these new therapies. You have NVIDIA providing the core discovery engine with BioNeMo. Then you've got the huge end users like Eli Lilly jumping in to use it and co-develop it. And of course, you need institutions like Stanford HAI to create the guide rails and best practices to make sure it's all done right. It's a massive, coordinated effort. Okay, so we've seen the what. Now let's talk about the why and the how. What's the strategic thinking that's driving all this? To really get where this is all going, you have to look at both the money flowing in and the big, tough questions people are starting to ask. You've probably heard this term floating around, AI native platform. What does it actually mean? Well, think of it this way. It's the difference between slapping a GPS onto your dashboard versus building a Tesla, where the software is the car. Companies like Cursor for Coders or Sandstone for Lawyers, they aren't just adding an AI feature. They are rebuilding the entire workflow with AI as the foundation. And that's where investors see the next wave of enormous value. And this is where the business talk gets, well, philosophical. As we get better at building these incredibly powerful systems, a really crucial question, pointed out by the World Economic Forum, comes up. We want to use AI to tackle the world's biggest problems, but we first have to agree on what solved even looks like. It's a deep question with very, very real-world implications. And you can see how that big philosophical question turns into a super practical business strategy right here. You can't just find a problem and throw an AI tool at it. Look at step 3, defining success. It's absolutely critical. You have to decide what winning looks like before you start building and scaling. You have to build with a clear purpose. All right, let's pull all these threads together. We've gone from the keyboard on your phone all the way to the frontiers of drug discovery. So what are the big unifying trends you really need to be watching right now? It really boils down to 3 huge themes. First, AI is becoming invisible, just sinking into the background of the tools we already use.
Second, the ambition level has gone through the roof. We're moving past just optimizing workflows and are now seriously trying to revolutionize science itself. And third, the big opportunity, where the money and innovation are flowing, is in building these new AI-native platforms that can remake entire industries from the inside out.
And all this leaves us with one final, massive question to think about. We've seen AI become this dual engine for both everyday work and for scientific moonshots. So, as you look out at the world, which industry is next on the list to be completely redefined? That's the one to watch.